On the short list of LeBron's most clutch moments, you could say this shot walked.
James for the win. It's good. LeBron James at the buzzer.
So this shot could fly.
Throws up the floater. Off glass. Good night, Cleveland.
All right, so imagine you've just been killing it at your day job, right? And you go into work one day only to find out that your archenemy Rick has been chosen over you again for another promotion. And in some cruel, sick twist of fate, you just have to keep reliving that day over and over and over again. Yeah, that's pretty much Toronto's experience with LeBron.
I mean, what do they call it? LeBronto, right? Like, he tortured the Raptors.
He always used to say, if we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I got the Raptors. No one could guard him at the wing position.
James and the Cavs had ended the Raptors' championship hopes 2 seasons in a row. So they changed everything in response. Their system, their roster, their entire approach, all to beat LeBron. And you know what? It was working. Toronto had the league's best record. They had the top seed in the playoffs, a deeper bench than the Cavs, tons of firepower. Not to mention, they were finally facing a very beatable-looking Cavs team.
They were rolling, but LeBron James owned Toronto. He just dominated that matchup with DeRozan to the point where they had to bench DeRozan. They couldn't even play him no more. They're all-star.
But Game 1 provided just another blow in a series of gut punches from LeBron.
The Cavaliers trail 105-103. They have trailed all night. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. LeBron turnaround jumper. He ties this game at 105.
Toronto down by 1. 8 seconds. DeRozan drives in. DeRozan, ball fake, kick out. Van Fleet, 3 seconds. Van Fleet, no good, and it's over. A superb come-from-behind performance by the Cleveland Cavaliers. They steal Game 1 in Toronto.
Game 2 punctuated with a masterful James performance, delivering the first 40-point, 14-assist game in NBA playoff history. And just like that, Toronto trailed Cleveland 2-0 for the 3rd straight postseason.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are coming back to Northeast Ohio with a 2-0 series lead.
All right, so we've now arrived at Game 3. And to this point, the only fight that we saw coming from Toronto was on their sidelines, and it was Drake. And I used the term fight very loosely.
This was a misunderstanding. Because, I was just messing with my old teammate, Serge Ibaka, and I just hear somebody talking in the background with this soft voice, just like, hey, man, shut up, shut up, shut up. And I'm like, who you talking to, you? Of all people, you really want this smoke with me. Drake, chill out, man. This ain't even for me and you, man. It's a problem that you don't even want, so.
But to their credit, Toronto was more physical that night, using a huge second-half surge to overcome a 17-point deficit, punctuated by this OG Anunoby tray.
Anunoby, up fake, the rookie for 3. Got it! Down the bottom of the well! The rookie ties the game at 103.
Okay, tie game, 8 seconds left, and Cavs coach Tyronn Lue calls a timeout, draws up a play, and decides to take it full court.
Well, you have the greatest player in the world at your disposal. And I think you're saying, well, there's nothing I'm going to design that is going to, magically be better.
I was on that roster. I may not have got a lot of playing time. I was collecting splinters and averaging 1,500 claps a game, but I had front row seats in that series. And LeBron worked on that shot every single day.
Make sure you do not foul anybody here on the dribble.
It's going to be James. Here it is. See, it's under 3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. Off glass. Good night, Cleveland. That is for you.
I mean, I'll never forget that. Like, just up the floor, under duress, defender sitting on his hip. I've got to bring the ball from my left-hand dribble to my shooting pocket with a defender right here. I'm gonna just kiss it off the window. And by the way, my momentum's carrying me to the baseline. If I'm Toronto, I'm going, okay. I know he's the greatest player, but I've done what I can, and that's as good as it can be.
Making matters worse, the team with the best record in franchise history got swept again by LeBron.
The Cavaliers complete the sweep. It's on to the Eastern Conference Finals for the 4th straight year.
We the North? Nah, man. He the North.
And I felt, coming to this series is going to be a tough challenge for us because of how well balanced they were and how well they played, especially throughout the regular season.
Yeah, but that's the thing, LeBron. It wasn't tough. It was child's play, and the Raptors had seen enough.
After getting swept out of the playoffs by the Cleveland Cavs, Toronto has fired coach Dwane Casey, league sources telling ESPN.
You're firing a guy who won 59 games? Well, 59 games wasn't going to get it done.
If you don't alter your personnel to some degree, it's going to be the same result because these guys, whenever they're going against LeBron and LeBron only, they fold like cheap tents.
Casey was just the first chip to fall. Toronto's next move, though, had the people going crazy.
Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green going north, and DeMar DeRozan, Jacob Poeltl, and a protected 2019 first-round pick going back to San Antonio.
Moving on from Coach of the Year, trading away the most beloved Raptor since Vince Carter, was Masai Ujiri seeking early retirement? Or was the LeBron-induced desperation turning into aggression?
They had to make a move. And it was hard because we all know the relationship that Kyle Lowry and DeRozan had, but sometimes you got to make those business moves. And I thought Masai Ujiri took a huge gamble with getting Kawhi Leonard for 1 year, not knowing if he was going to re-sign back there or not, and coming off a serious injury. He took a huge gamble, and it turned out great for him.
It did, because Masai and Kawhi went laughing, ish, all the way to the chip. And yes, LeBron moving out west may have assisted their goals. Warriors' injuries in the finals? Perhaps. But still, what a wildly courageous Hail Mary-esque call to draw up a Cinderella season for the city. Just 1 year after having their hearts ripped out by the same guy yet again. Toronto was sitting atop the basketball world.
We the North are now we the champions. The Raptors, the 2019 NBA champs.
And as for James and the Cavs, who ran into a buzzsaw Golden State team in the finals shortly after dispatching Toronto, this buzzer beater was one of the last iconic moments before departing for Los Angeles. One last time, Cleveland, this was for you.
It's going to be James. Here it is. See, it's under 3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. Off glass. Good night, Cleveland.